Market analysts say it's not clear what the final deal will look like on Wednesday. Rand Swiss analyst Gary Boyson says the Rand will be sensitive to whatever the decision is on the day.
You can see how sensitive the Rand is to local issues at the moment. So on Friday, when we heard that negotiations had stopped between the ANC and the DA around, obviously coming to an agreement around the budget and the proposed VAT increase, the Rand immediately weakened 20 cents. When 2 hours later we found out that back channels were still open and that the discussion was ongoing, that it looked like they were very close to an agreement, we immediately saw a re-rating and a move back to around 18.20. So, we are very sensitive to those GNU issues at the moment. And while the deal does look to be going ahead between the ANC and the DA, it looks like the current proposal from the DA is that we'll get a 0.5% VAT increase for 1 year, but with the potential, if savings come through from the fiscus, that they'll be able to reverse that. And we aren't going to see a 0.5% each year for the next 2 years, which I think is optimistic for most consumers in South Africa. But at the moment, it remains to be seen what the final deal looks like. And we do know that our local currency is going to be sensitive to whatever the result is.
Tax experts say the decision should not be financially disastrous for the country.
Even if they can adjust the proposals, amend them there from what the ministers proposed, they must still consider the benefit of the country. It must be financially not disastrous for the country, whatever they're going to do, all the political parties. So I don't see them eventually say that the VAT is going to be taken off the board totally at this point.
Yes.
And remember that those proposals, they've got a year, 12 months to get them approved. So negotiations can still be there. And looking at what other revenue aspects are there for them to replace the VAT with, they're very limited. Yeah. Remember, within personal income tax, we've been taxed for the last 3 years. No adjustments to the brackets have been made since the last 3 years. So we've been getting tax increases as individuals for a long time. Company revenues are down. So they've got limited things to do.
In the event that the budget is not passed, the Public Finance Management Act allows the government to continue spending temporarily based on the previous year's allocations until Parliament approves the new budget. This ensures that essential services continue without disruption. However, members of Parliament can vote on some budgets like the Division of Revenue Bill in May, even if other budget parts are still being finalized.
The budget is low, so is tax. That's actually low. So if there hasn't been an allocation by law, then certainly one imagines that it's very difficult to start to spend money that has not been allocated by law. But another thing that the minister spoke about when he delivered the budget was something that was quite interesting in the sense that he said there are actually areas of government with the provinces and municipalities who have already spent some of the money that would have been allocated this year because they owe service providers for work done last year. So
Parliament has the power to amend the budget, but any changes must comply with the Money Bills Amendment Procedure and Related Matters Act, consider government priorities, economic stability, as well as spending limits. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg.